Hello and welcome to a very exceedingly special episode of the Force Commander's Guide to Purging Nurgle. I'm Jade Starr, joined this time by my very favorite friend who knows nothing about Warhammer 40k, Guava Moment.
My name is Guava Moment. I'm making this commentary of my own free will. I and my other commentators are being treated well. We are being fed and receive medical attention. We are happy here. Make no attempt at rescue. Thank you.
Why did you have a pre-prepared hostage statement?
That said, I must balance your desires against the needs of others.
Hi, I'm Guava Moment. I know absolutely nothing about this game.
What skills would best help your cause?
So for the people that have been watching the LP, unlike some of my friends, Guava, this is a event that happens sometime after the big plot event we just had at the Craft World. And we get to pick one of the 4 advanced classes, and the fan favorite in the thread appeared to be a Purifier, so I got a Purifier. Purifiers are our flamethrower guys. They are fun. I'm just looking around the skill tree.
Was the option a Punch Man?
Sort of. So there's Paladin, which is like tank, like sword and shield, big armor, big defense. Librarian, your magic user. And Chaplain, which in the context of like the tabletop and the lore is kind of like the morale officer, sort of, and spiritual guide of the Marines. In terms of gameplay, he's kind of like a heavily armored support guy that basically has like map-wide auras and buffs. Okay, I gotta talk about these flamethrower. So, if you saw this thing that says no stun, this weapon doesn't cause stun damage, and then you saw a stun upgrade, this weapon deals +1 stun, how much stun would you expect this weapon to do when it hits something?
0 + 1 would be +1.
Yes, that is how I had thought these things worked for years. Every time I played through, that's exactly what I thought. Somewhere in this video, I am going to, on the spot, discover that that is wrong. Because no stun is, as you would perceive it, 0. However, we are adding the bonus of +1 stun. But to add a bonus of +1 stun, you have to do base stun damage of 1 per hit. So we've actually taken that flamethrower from 0 to 2.
Okay. I thought the answer would still be 0.
Yeah, right? Me too. I had always thought those things were going from 0 to 1, but no, they're going from 0 to 2.
First impression, the GUI, like, compared to XCOM, I feel like I'm being attacked.
Really?
There's just stuff everywhere, and I don't understand any of it.
Oh, okay.
I understand I'm diving into this many hours in.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit bombarded by crap right now.
Yeah, okay. I mean...
Not necessarily a bad thing, just like, wow, I have no idea what's going on.
Like, you played some Final Fantasy, you've seen a sphere grid before, right?
A sphere grid, that makes sense, sure.
Yeah, like, that's basically what this is. This is the skill tree. And it operates kind of like the sphere grid.
I saw something called a silencer, which made me roll my eyes a little bit.
Oh, yeah. So all of our dudes are kind of psionic, so their heavy weapons are the Psi Cannon and the Silencer. Yeah, I don't know anything about it either. Like, I played tabletop like 20 years ago. Like,
Why are there space aids over to the left side of the screen and a little bit to the right?
Do you mean all the planets that are glowing green, or?
Purple.
Purple. Oh, well, because there's 5 kinds of plague out there, and one of them is purple.
Okay, purple. Yeah. So we're playing Pandemic.
Well, yes. I don't know.
Okay.
In Pandemic, aren't you trying to be the plague and spread it?
No.
Oh.
You are trying to cure it.
Oh, okay.
There's a million variants, but I mean the base game.
Okay. Oh, I'm thinking of... I don't know, it was like a little web game where you made your own little viruses and then tried to get everywhere, and then you could never kill Madagascar.
Madagascar. That was, what was that called?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So then maybe we are playing Pandemic, I don't know. But hey, you remember how we upgraded the Avenger? This is essentially the same thing. I'm gonna... Now that there are enemy ships that will actually intercept us out there on that strategic map, you can see the green one to our right.
I guess the computer game Pandemic and the board game Pandemic are the same. They have the same name, but they're clearly different things.
I gotcha. So yeah, there's that green fleet that's actually pursuing us, and it's now time to start investing into upgrading and repairing the ship's capabilities for like weapons and things.
Are we doing a base defense mission?
Not now, no. we are...
So you got 3 blue crabs and 1 angry flashing red crab. Okay, yeah.
So, like, there are 5 flavors of plague, and mechanically it affects what abilities the enemies might mutate into.
Okay.
And so that yellow star is about to get to 5, and that's bad. When it gets to 5, bad things start happening. Like the doom counter starts advancing bad.
Yeah, the good old doom ticker. The plague outbreaks and spreads to nearby regions.
Yeah. Well, you know, some other things happen. Enough star systems. I think enough of those places get to 5. Some gates happen, and then Nurgle himself just comes out here and just kills everything. Or it's essentially your lose condition. This is essentially satellite coverage. We get to put a prognosticar on a star, and then it covers that star and any adjacent stars, and just trying to figure out where to put it to make sure I don't overlap or unnecessarily limit what I can cover. There's a certain number of stars. There's only 5 prognosticars you can put down.
Okay, yeah, radar arrays, sure.
Yeah. So there we go. So I've got a large swath of the map now covered, and fighting inside the coverage areas offers bonuses, and missions that are inside the coverage area also don't expire as fast, so that you can get to more of them. This is our research library.
There's a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the purple tentacles. That's 16 days to sure, yeah. Cure that. Get more seeds. Yeah.
Well, seeds are the resource for upgrades. Imagine if they were your Illyrium and alien alloys.
Okay.
But there's 5 flavors instead of 2.
Okay. Ooh, bloom spawn.
Yeah.
These names look okay. Someone okay. Are these forums people?
No. The last names of all of the knights are set because of voice lines. You can change the first names, but it never really comes
Bloom
up.
spawn located. Teleportation converging on an abandoned transportation hub.
Our enemy's strategy is clear. The bloom settles in our Imperium's collapsed infrastructure, safe from watchful eyes, but close enough to the huge populations it plans to feed upon.
And did you just teleport in?
Yes. I mean, you functionally teleport in with XCOM, you know?
Well, I mean, this seems like it could be like a Helldiver situation. I thought that's what this game would be more like. Just come flying in from orbit.
As you will.
Okay, yeah. So, that is a thing that they do in the lore. It's a tactic known as Steel Rain, where they just drop Marines in little, metal drop boxes.
Awaiting directions.
Rain down on whatever area of operations needs to be, destroyed.
Okay, I'm seeing familiar full cover and half cover symbols.
Yeah.
This is feeling better, more familiar now.
Alright. So, fun thing for you, though. Everything in this is deterministic as opposed to any sort of percentile-based.
Ooh, I like it. Okay.
So,
Silver Knights.
Can't remember if we've seen one of those guys before. So, that's
Bellymaster?
possibly a new enemy, and also kind of a dangerous one.
Belly jiggler?
Yeah, it's a priest of the plague god.
Brothers, stand ready!
So, what I mean when I was saying the deterministic thing is, shots will always do the same amount of damage, and they're always 100% chance to hit. It's just that cover and other things will reduce the amount of damage you deal, rather than make you all or nothing miss.
Okay.
Oh, hey, remember how Jake Solomon really liked mission counters or timers in XCOM 2?
Oh, yeah. We
Yeah.
all hated it, but I kind of understand the need for it.
Right. That ability that I was looking at on this guy is related to Chaos Gate's attempt to fix it. You see the big 0% purple orb at the top middle?
Okay, yeah.
That's going to go up, and whenever it goes up, something bad happens to us. So that's our anti-stall mechanic. If we sit around, that thing generates and causes effects. So there's not a hard turn limit like there is in XCOM 2, but there's this sort of soft, the more you stick around, the more things are going to happen to you.
Okay, and what are your sparks doing here?
Oh, I'm stealing the seeds out of the baddies.
Okay, so for research purposes.
This is coming with me.
Yes, well, research and also production. The seeds aren't just research, you also use them to improve your gear.
How much do their corpses sell for on the black market?
None? This is 40k. Economy isn't a thing.
Oh, there will be no corpses.
Yeah, that too.
They'll
No,
just
there
be
will be
green
corpses.
puddles where enemies used to be.
For some of them. Like, those are actual humans alongside that fly
Okay,
priest thing.
you're pixel hunting. Okay, I'm feeling
Yeah.
more at home again.
Oh, yeah. But check this out. When we select to press, it's a two-stage confirmation, and not just, oops, I accidentally missed the pixel because of the force of my mouse press. Look at that.
What a world we're living in.
We have arrived.
So I managed to ring out the two cultists, but I'm very upset that I didn't push this guy off the map too, because he's the dangerous one of the pack. And he's standing right on the edge. Look at him. Why didn't he go off the edge? One grenade to deal with two random cultists like that's probably not the best use of like my only grenade on the purifier. But if it had taken the fly priest, or I gotta remember what their real name is, if it had thrown that thing off of the map, it would have been a great use of it.
It's pretty cool that you can throw people off the map.
Oh, it's hilarious and funny as hell. There are weapons that have 3 tiles of melee knockback, and that can be very funny. Oh, here I'm demonstrating that my Vindicare assassin, this is basically a sniper assassin, has a 100% crit rate.
Nice. I've actually played a game like this that kind of has mechanics of knocking people off the edge. Mario and Rabbids. You ever played that?
Oh no.
Well, I've got a 3-year-old, so
Oh, yeah,
wife got him some Mario games. I ended up
you
playing
know what-
more than he did.
what other
but
game
it was actually
has,
kind of cool.
You know what other game is somewhat like XCOM Chimera Squad, but with more throwing people out of windows? Tactical Breach Wizards.
I saw you streaming that one.
Yeah.
I've heard people talk about it in the main XCOM thread.
Oh, yeah. Wait, main XCOM thread? Oh, in
On
games.
games, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
The Emperor protects.
That is the equivalent of Hunker Down. It's just gain 2 armor.
Just do it when you have nothing else to do, literally.
Yeah, pretty much. Here's the sad Overwatch cone of Overwatch. It's not nearly as good as XCOM Overwatch because
No.
it's not 360 degrees. It's also not 100% range of your weapon.
Okay.
Bolters fire 10 normally. Overwatch goes out to 7. So an enemy can shoot you from standing directly in front of you while you're on Overwatch, and you could just be out of range and not actually hit them with your Overwatch.
That's pretty sad. I mean, if that was a kill zone, that would be fine.
Right. There is one nice thing about the Overwatch, though, is that it doesn't care about like cover penalties and things like that, and it hits for full damage. If you Overwatch with multiple AP, you can shoot as many times as you have AP for. Which makes it really strong if you're dealing with melee enemies, because you just watch their approach and they have to run into gunfire.
None may stay our
That
wrath.
was a pathetic amount of damage.
It is a regular human who, well, I mean, I guess he's got some
Weapons ready.
chaos mutations, but it is effectively a standard human
With
punching
pleasure.
and super genetically modified super soldier wearing power armor designed to be able to, like, launch themselves out of space and onto the battlefield.
Okay,
Your
fair
orders?
enough. I have noticed your purple doom ticker's at 45%. That goes up quick.
Yes, it depends on how much plague is on the planet, whether or not we are inside of one of those satellite covered
Awaiting
prognosticators.
directions.
And also, here's the fun thing: my abilities
to
will make it
serve.
go up. Like that hunker down Aegis shield thing that added a little bit of armor, that made it go up by 5%.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
It's because all of our units are psychic,
Denounce.
and we're basically using psychic abilities. And the bloomometer is how much psychic energy is gathering. This guy's gonna make the bloomometer go up 10%. Just something he does every time he gets attacked once a turn. I think I covered it like way at the start of this, but you have kind of the same sounding instinct I had when I first encountered the bloomometer, is to be really worried about it. And for the most part, you don't need to really worry about it. It's going to do something mildly unpleasant, but it's not something that you need to stop and panic and really worry over.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I do have to point out, I don't know if this mission's going to be 10 minutes or an hour, but
oh, it's
I know how long the video is, but I'm assuming going to be the same length as a typical XCOM mission, probably shorter, but...
Jeez, how long were our XCOM missions? I think this is actually going to be longer, because there's not, like, Jake Solomon with an 8-turn counter standing over our heads.
Shoot him in the balls. Shoot him in the balls! Those are his weak spots!
I shot his head off.
And he's just continues on? Okay.
Yeah, no, he's a demon. The head is apparently optional.
Is yours.
Like I said, shoot him in the balls.
Here to serve.
Well, the balls just add +1 stun. Oh man. You may have noticed next to their health bar, there's a little like skull icon with a number above it.
I've noticed icons everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. Well, that's their stun-o-meter. And if they stun-o-meter it goes to 0, then you can like insta-kill them in melee.
What the heck was that?
Oh, that's my assault trooper. He teleports.
Was that just the animation, or did he try to attack the space beside your guy?
What?
He like swung his hammer on the ground when he did that.
Oh, that's just the animation. That's the attack.
Nice.
Forgot this is the one with the knockback hammer. Yeah. So you might have seen me counting tiles, and I just wanted to. Why am I looking at his abilities? Oh, I'm trying to see if he has any immunities or something. I don't know. I'm gonna try to punt him off of the platform, because that'd be very funny.
In the balls.
And then for some reason, he took a bit of a curve to the left. So I'm going like 1, 2, 3. He should have landed there. I'm like, okay, maybe that tile is that low cover and that doesn't explode or break. So the game decided to move him one tile to the left. Alright, fine. Oh, that's right, I immobilized him. The hammer, besides knockback, has been upgraded to immobilize targets it hits. Okay.
Enemies, weapon ready.
Oh, hey, you remember running into pods in XCOM? We can actually relatively tell where they are now.
Okay.
Yeah, imagine that.
Nice.
Alright. Well, this guy is definitely on the edge of the map and should be thrown off with a shoulder check and
Oh, come on.
Alright, one more. He's running out of ground.
Yeah, there's only one more space I could see this. He falls over to the right one square.
No, we got this. We got this.
Okay.
Okay, we don't have this, and I don't know why.
You just can't do it to these guys, maybe? I don't know. They're too special. They're immune to gravity.
Alright. This one should absolutely punt him off. Son of a bitch.
Who's the developer of this game? Who's the director, I guess?
I don't
know. Fix your game.
Yeah, alright. Oh, this is a Jake moment, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, still didn't get him off of the map. But the little orange skull thing means he's stunned, so now we can execute him. Not that it matters, he has 2 HP.
Well, you have created a new game, like Plague Man Ball.
Well, ever since the Griffball League shut down.
Okay. You just did unspeakable things to that man's belly and anus.
You know, I'm not sure if these plague demons have an anus.
I am an instrument of vengeance.
But I haven't really checked. I don't want to.
Acquiring firing position.
Alright, so your purple badness is going to happen next turn?
The end of my turn, yes. Or at the end of the enemy turn. No, it's before the enemy turn.
Your orders?
Oh, hey. Here's a fun thing, Guava. When there's no more combat, everybody gets their AP back, and they reload their weapons automatically.
Moving swiftly.
Yeah. Wouldn't that have been nice in XCOM?
Foul intruders. They will not prevail.
The automatic reload would be nice, but
Yeah. Also, here's another thing. When you encounter combat from an out-of-combat state, everybody gets their AP back. That's how you start the turn fresh.
nice.
So there's no XCOM 2 bad activations where you just accidentally sprint around a corner with your last AP and oops, surprise pod of mutons right there. Now I gotta go gobble up all these seeds.
I wish I had more experience with real-time XCOM Apocalypse, because it sort of had something like that.
What? Seed gobbling?
No. Unlimited AP when you're not in combat. And
Oh, yeah.
This is coming with me.
Of course, in real-time XCOM Apocalypse, the most dangerous thing in turn-based becomes the least dangerous thing.
Oh god, the brain suckers, yes.
Yeah.
It's not face huggers. It's. I was wondering, is Sub Super made open Apocalypse yet?
No? I think he's working on Open Terror from the Deep. If that's already not a thing. Or just apparently dealing with all of the crazy XCOM modders.
Okay.
Like, you remember X-Pirates, right?
I've heard things, yeah. I saw you play a couple streams, you researched like 20 things and nothing gave you anything.
Yeah. I had to research an apple. A literal apple.
Everyone that talks about it makes it sound cool, but I've seen how anime-titty it got.
Oh yeah, no, it got that fast. The mechanical things it does for a full
What the heck
conversion
is that
mod.
thing?
Oh, that's just that's one of the objectives we're here to kill. It's the bloom spawn. It's a plant, and it's effectively artillery.
Okay.
Like so X-Pirates at least really changes how combat works. There's melee armor is actually appreciative, or like does stuff more than just I took a plasma pistol, I'm dead. Even in power armor sort of a thing. The damage values are a lot smaller, so like,
Okay, so you actual game here, you've area denialed there.
Yeah. I mean, we got to do it with a flamethrower, so we have the ability to lay down lots of fire.
So are these like melee dudes you're fighting?
Actually, no. Most of them have guns. Actually, all of them. But, hey, we can make them psychically bleed.
Okay. So you're killing them with your brain now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I told you all of our dudes were
Yeah.
at least a little bit psychic, right?
That is an incredible sound effect.
Oh, the squishy sounds
oh
of
my
the
god,
bolts.
that
Yeah,
was so wet.
yeah, it's great.
With haste.
Oh, the purple objectives are ones you want to stop?
They shall not
The
pass.
purple objectives are things that Nurgle is doing to us.
Okay.
So, defend the bloom spawn 1 means, because we got near a bloom spawn, that's why there's that glowing purple top right.
Okay, yeah.
That's a reinforcement. That's an Advent dropship flare for you.
Okay, so
And it-
park your rangers beside them.
Yeah.
With Blade Storm. You'll all be good.
So in this, there's zones of control, kind of like D&D, that if you're next to somebody with a melee weapon and try to walk past them, they just hit you. No blade storm necessary.
Mark acquired.
Guy's got no face.
Oh, he has no arm now either.
Taste my fury.
So our Vindicare here is not like the other three. You can tell that he's not in a giant stompy suit of power armor. He's just a sniper. And his deal is that on critical hits, he gets those little precision targets. He
Activating
can just
Gamaliel
shoot
line
people's limbs off, and it's great.
Well, yeah, he shot that other dude's head off, but he didn't seem to care.
Well, yeah, it disabled one of his abilities, though. It made it impossible for him to run up and vomit plague on us.
You had the option to shoot him in the balls, and I didn't.
Because stun doesn't matter unless it gets to 0. And if you're going to kill somebody via HP damage, or by shooting them off of the cliff, to whether or not that actually works, stun doesn't matter until it gets to 0. And then it matters a lot. So if you're going to kill somebody via HP damage, well before their stun gets to 0, you don't even care about their stun.
Sold to the unworthy.
Alright, so this guy's taking a bunch of shots. He's actually
Yep.
getting kind of injured. You have some heals.
Yes, he in fact is the healer.
He's the tank and the healer?
No, he's just the healer. He's just in a bigger suit of armor than everybody else. So in Space Marines, there's power armor, which the other two guys are in, and then there's Terminator armor, which is even heavier and bulkier, and that's what he's in. But he is still an apothecary. He is the healer.
They have armored guys of their own.
Yeah, and now everybody has armor.
Oh, they're even more armored.
Yeah.
God, grant me
That is probably one of the worst bloom surges that can happen. It really just kind of says, hey, time out for a turn.
Oh, so that's the grandfather's blessing and it'll go away in a turn?
Yes.
Okay.
The Emperor lights our path.
Alright, so like I was saying, the UI looked a little bit intimidating at first, but yeah, I'm picking up on stuff pretty quickly.
Yeah.
At once.
Alright, so obviously you don't want to be in that time bomb
Correct.
area.
Yeah. And unfortunately, two of my guys took that like pinned grenade, which drained an AP from them as well, so they have less AP. That is essentially the worst thing that Grenadier can do to you, is to put a time bomb next to you and then hit you with the other like pin grenade, because you lose
My
1 AP
blade
from the
is
pin
ever
grenade,
ready.
and then you probably have to spend at least 1 AP moving away from the time bomb, meaning you don't get to do a lot with the units that have to deal with both.
And so that makes this turn kind of a... Okay,
Yeah.
they're all armored, we have to get away, let's just... This turn's a watch, we'll attack him next turn, really?
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly my thinking. I could flamethrower him, but as you pointed out, he's so armored, it's actually not going to get into his HP. So here, armor doesn't work like XCOM. Armor is basically just regenerating hit points. So effectively, they have like their HP pool, and then whatever armor they have can be shot out and then comes back every turn.
Okay.
I am his chosen shield.
However, armor shred does exist, just like it did in XCOM.
Excellent, okay.
Taking position.
What? This game takes place in the year 40,000?
Fire.
Yes. Well, I think the game's like
Or
internal
30,000
lore
or
is now
something.
somewhere near around
In
40,990
bloodshed,
because you know it's Warhammer 40k, and
Yeah.
they started at 40k, and then they've been a company for 20 or 30 years or longer.
I'm just saying
And-
that because I guess the design of the oil barrel has
reload.
peaked.
Oh yeah.
You can't even have fancy space oil barrels, they're the same as they have been for tens of thousands of years. And you are using it as cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
It's the red variant of oil barrel with a skull on them.
Yeah. The angry oil barrel.
Yeah. This is space oil.
I think they call it promethium around here.
That's an actual thing, it's not liquid.
Oh.
Or stable.
I mean,
None may stay on.
yeah, it's not stable here either.
I'm talking like radioactive.
Oh.
Like there'd be none of it left
None may stay on.
since this mission started.
What? Oh, that's real bad.
Half-life of promethium.
Is it less than half an hour?
Oh, never mind, it's got a half-life of 18 years.
Yeah,
It's
there you go.
fine, it'll just be
fine.
warm.
Ready.
Or scalding hot somewhere there.
I've got myself in a bit of a
Unleash
jam.
me.
I'm under a couple of Overwatch cones, and the pin grenade took 3 of my total of 12 AP for the turn.
What's
really
the
neat.
Warhammer equivalent of a repeater to save you from this bullshit? And inflict pain upon me as I think, hey, your guy's gonna die or something. And then you pull
There's
this
definitely-
rabbit out of your hat.
So there definitely are boss fights. I should definitely try to find one and just bullshit a victory out of it just to get but I feel like it'd be less impactful. There is no instant kill option for anything except for the executes. So like that the guy that we knocked around and his stun meter went to 0 and he had a little skull.
Well, the dudes you knocked off the cliff.
Yeah. Well. Oh yeah. You can ring out people. Yeah. I guess that's the closest thing to a repeater kill. It's just punting people off the map. Like if I had another grenade, that bridge this guy is standing on can be destroyed and collapse. But yeah, if you get the stun meter all the way down and they go into that dazed state, you can walk up and melee them, and if they're not an exceptionally huge or monstrous unit, you can just instantly execute them.
Okay. Do you have some overpowered skills like Banish with an extended mag?
Yes. The Vindicare has Deadshot, which will just 100% kill any organic unit.
So what about those guys wearing tanks? I assume there's some meat under there?
The guys up right on the screen, the Blade Marines? Yeah, those are just the Chaos equivalent of our guys. They are, in the tabletop, essentially one for one. Are exact opposites. Like, I mean, good and evil, but like, they're the same thing. They are humans, or formerly humans, who embrace the Chaos God and are wearing the same armor we are wearing. So yes, Deadshot would immediately murder any one of those.
I kind of want to see you boosh that guy over the little fence.
Knockback hammer is real fun.
For Titan!
Flamethrower is real great because it ignores partial cover.
Embrace the tails!
So that guy just set the purple meter to 100% because he's a dick.
Okay.
Securing position!
He is beside the red barrel with the skull on the face. Well,
Look,
yes.
Not
sure.
Not everything explodes. See, it's fine. Oh, I remember this. This guy.
What?
Look at the cone he decides to... Yeah.
Okay.
He just overwatched, like, off the side of the bridge,
He
right?
really
It
didn't
seems-
want to be flanked.
I'm unhappy about that.
The guy with the big hammer can't do melee. Alright.
Yep.
Sure would like to melee those guys right on the edge of the
I
cliff.
am an instrument
Yeah.
of vengeance. Your orders?
So, two things about that. One, this guy has melee disabled, so he can't.
What is your will?
Two, that Overwatch cone protects the two squares to the sides of those guys, so I can't just get up beside them and then punt them off the bridge.
Ah, there's method to the madness.
Standing ready.
Yeah, I thought they were just being really stupid, and then we're going to go heal and cure this guy of his status effect. This is a different kind of skull. As you see, he's got two skulls.
Overwatch still happen if you just teleport inside of it?
Yes. These markers on the ground become mid-level dangerous melee demons if you let them survive the turn. So we're going to scrub these two off, but there's still two back down the stairs where we came from. I'm just not going to be able to reach. We just have to kind of prepare for that.
And the guys are gonna come from that and they're gonna reach you in time?
I
They're not
think
too
they're
far
too far
away.
away to get me.
Okay.
Here.
Shooting him breaks his Overwatch?
Meleeing breaks Overwatch.
Okay.
Shooting does not. very angry. I can't just teleport there and bonk them off of the map.
Unleash me.
I'm looking here because Flames of Purity can be upgraded to have knockback. I don't have that. I'm like, alright, if I can't bonk them with the hammer off the map, can I just get up there and like push them with a
On my way.
flamethrower? And I can't.
It's not a lot of range.
No.
Back, fiend.
But it is kind of nice. So like I said at the beginning, it's actually doing 2 stun, much to me not realizing it. So in 2 attacks, I've just put out 8 stun, as opposed to like the normal 2 you would get from a single target weapon. So there's actually a lot of hidden value in there.
And you've cut out their armor for this turn, it looks like then.
Yes. Also, the flamethrower put exposed on one of them, which just increases the chance that you land a critical hit against them.
Do it.
I'm really upset that I can't just teleport in next to them and bonk them
Oh,
off.
can you smack one into the other and do extra damage?
No? Maybe? I don't
What's
think
the
so.
modding
You can-
scene for this game? You should be able to do that.
God, I wish there was a mod scene for this game.
I am death.
Oh, I know what I'm doing now. Okay. I'm like, why did I pistol him? And I actually wanted to do less damage, because I've now done stun damage to him.
So now he's taking a nap.
Well, so now he's in a vulnerable state, and as I mentioned, when you do this, you get up there and then you melee him. So besides this being an instant kill, executions have the bonus of giving +1 AP to everyone. And also looking really cool as you just turn them into jello.
And his legs slightly clip through the ground and jiggle around.
Oh, that happens all the time. I know you haven't been watching the LP, but I always make sure to stop and try to zoom in whenever these guys have physics issues. You missed a one that just basically did a shoulder head breakdance move.
I've played XCOM enough to know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, here's the moment where I realized I've been wrong about flamethrowers this entire time and how no stun to +1 goes. I'm like, okay, +1 stun, so this should do 1 stun, but this guy has 2 stun. But this flamethrower, it does 2 stun. And it's really confusing that +1 stun implies doing the normal amount of stun, and that the no stun was a malice that we overwrote with a bonus.
It does not look like he's within range of that.
I must sanctify
Yeah, it really
my
didn't, but it
rounds.
worked.
Straight up execute him too. See, everyone gets 2 more AP.
Everyone gets 1 more per execute.
So 2 in total, because you've done 2 executions.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, this...
Standing ready.
No, are we gonna be safe and not try to slam a Chaos Marine through the red skull barrels?
Our path.
Because they, the red skull barrels
is ever
usually don't explode.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
okay, it's
think.
fine. It didn't catch fire. Everything's fine. Yeah, Vindicare still has full health. We didn't hurt ourselves doing that.
We've slightly knocked him into cover.
I mean, yeah, but also just moved him closer to the apothecary to get stabbed.
Alright.
Yeah. So we were a bit surrounded, but we have fought out of it. We're okay.
Okay. That's a funny looking guy.
Oh yeah, he's just a preacher of the Plague God.
Ammunition depleted.
Alright, we're in good shape. The one thing that's really annoying about those preachers, though, is that their little psychic and bolt attack ignores
Taking position.
partial cover, armor pierces, so it's like, if it ever sees you and wants to, it can always do 3 damage to anybody. And it's not much, but it's kind of unavoidable, and it's kind of annoying.
You guys do not have a lot of movement. See what you mean?
No.
Is that a crate of supplies to his left? What is that?
Oh, the thing that has an icon?
Yeah.
Like up here? I think those are power cells for like laser weapons and lore. They are effectively exploding barrel terrain. Oh, he bled to death. The enemies do not shoot at the exploding barrels, but if they do any sort of area attacks, like grenades or like anything that will destroy terrain, those absolutely will explode and hurt you.
Wow.
How many people have died on your side this LP so far?
0.
Okay. How many do you expect to die?
And ready.
To actually fully die, 0. There's a mechanic called resilience in this, and every time, like, knights usually start with 2, and I think they can get 2 or 3 more as they level up. So right now, let's just say I fucked up dramatically, and one of my dudes went down to 0 HP right now. They're not actually dead. They go into a wounded, stunned pose for 3 turns, and then recover with 50% HP. If they go down again, they're dead. But otherwise, they get up and they'll, get back to the base and be critically wounded for, a very long time. And they'll actually come back with, like, a cybernetic implant to recover their injury, which can offer mild bonuses. So being injured actually has a bounce back mechanic.
Okay. Like I saw at the beginning of the video, there's like people looked like they were in the medbay or something.
Oh yeah. It is very hard to keep your roster fresh. Damage is largely unavoidable to some extent, but like I have that apothecary, so I heal it. Like one of my guys was down to like half health, and I've fixed that. Or the apothecary himself got shot a bunch. Like as cleanly as I went through XCOM 2, where a good mission in XCOM 2 is never giving the enemy a chance to attack you, right?
Yeah.
That is almost completely impossible in this game.
And so one of your missions is no critical injuries. Does that mean down to 0 health?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. That's down to 0 health and then having to wait 3 turns to get back up. But also, for the previous question about how many people die, knights can only do that a couple of times in a campaign. I think at low levels, they get 2.
This guy has no weapon, and he's gonna...
Yeah.
What's he gonna do? Bleed on you?
He has a claw. So his right arm is the sword, which is more dangerous, but he can swipe with his left claw for less damage.
Instead, he's just gonna do the excellent thing of running up right beside you. I have no moves left.
Yeah, pretty much.
In my theoretical next turn, I'll do something. Oh no, I've died.
They are slightly dangerous because they can, if they start close enough to you, enemies have 3 AP and operate more or less like our guys. So if they start close enough, they can spend 1 AP to move adjacent to you, 1 AP to swipe with the sword, and then 1 AP to swipe with the claw, kind of doubling their damage.
Well, I mean, that's the same for chrysalids. They're theoretically dangerous if they get up to you, but how many times do you see, like, a whole, flock run up to you and then end their turn? True. Yes, you're surrounded, and you have to kill all of them this turn, but they never actually attack.
There feels like there's some better logic or AI, however, enemy behavior behind it. Like those, like the first turn, those demons can move, I think, 5 an AP, so they could have sprinted 15 at me the first turn. But doing so would have put them within gun range of me, and they wouldn't have gone in, they wouldn't have done anything productive. So I think they moved 2 and then chose to do their self-mutate ability rather than moving 3 and accomplishing nothing. So they're not quite as stupid as the chrysalids, who are all just move forward at you, full movement, no matter what. There's some logic behind how far they're willing to move a turn if they can't reach you and engage you in melee. And you want to see what the best critical hit is?
Okay.
Death.
Death. Nice.
I am the Emperor's fury!
That was somehow less wet than the people you shot.
Well, it's a plant. It has less blood.
Okay.
My blade is yours. The Emperor lights our path.
It's a fun thing here. I'm considering with the
With alacrity.
Purifier with the flamethrowers that plant artillery has a minimum range. So if you just hug it and beat it to death in melee, it can't fight back.
Yeah.
But if you stand at like mid-gun range, it will spit on you.
Oh, if you've ever played an old RTS classic or turn-based classic, Shining Force for the Genesis, sometimes you fight bosses that only have ranged attacks, and you just surround them with your guys, and you surround them with your weakest melee guys. They get all the experience for killing them.
Oh, okay. I've definitely heard of the name Shining Force constantly. Or not constantly, previously.
Probably one of
But
the
I
best
never
games
quite...
for Genesis.
Yeah, I can't really remember, because I never had a Genesis, so I never remember. But then, at some point, I walked into a GameStop and was looking for an RPG and got recommended Shining Tears. And that has muddled my memory. And also, Shining Tears is not that great, probably. I could load it up again, but it was kind of nondescript. It was also a action RPG, I think. Been a while.
Standing ready.
So yeah, plant spit on me. Dealt damage to 2 of my units. And I gave the apothecary a status effect. That's why if you have more time or you're not playing for an audience or something, you can plan your moves better than that, and spend 1 turn outside of its range, and then spend 1 turn running all the way in, which is probably going to eat up all of your ND.
This guy's immune to lightning.
Plant is immune to status effects. Yeah. Most of the the objective plants are immune to all status effects.
So that flamethrower is his basic bitch attack, isn't it?
Yes.
That's something XCOM should have had.
I am here to
Flamethrower?
serve.
Yeah, just as a regular attack. That would have been really cool.
Yeah.
Instead of the special, couple of times mission.
Oh yeah, the heavy weapon thing.
Yeah.
Fall.
Here's a fun thing. I can save ammo by just going up to here and...
I am the
Got it.
Wrath of Xiphos.
Oh man. Olesh was really ripping into me last video for my propensity to backtrack to deal with reinforcement portals. But I killed the plant first this time, Olesh.
Do you have an idea where the second plant is?
I will hold them.
Yeah, as soon as I get out of combat, bottom right, you can see bloom spawn. I could just click on that, and it'll pan the camera to where it is.
Ready.
It's looking like this is the best sort of trap you can lay. You can't shoot the portal.
Reinforcements incoming.
No, you can't shoot the portal. In earlier builds of the game, you could close the portals if you could get one of your soldiers on the tile that the portal occupied.
Okay.
And it was hilariously broken.
Well, I mean, you have a teleport, dude.
It's true. I used all his AP hammering the plant. But those were the guys that would usually just teleport out and run under the portal and close it. There is now a special anti-psyker kind of assassin that can close portals.
Careful, he's crazed.
Time to reload.
So for you, crazed is it's basically like RPG confusion. 50-50 chance they act normal and 50-50 chance they attack a friendly.
Ah, so 100% chance they attack you.
Vulnerability.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
common
much.
as anything to go by.
Yeah, it's not reliable. Exposed is making it more likely to land critical hits on that target.
Drawn.
The Vindicator Assassin has an ability to do that I oftentimes
The
forget to
Emperor lights
use.
our path.
And his abilities are not
As you
limited
will.
use. They don't use willpower. They don't make the bloomometer go anymore. So really, it's just I'm losing opportunity cost by forgetting about them. Still can't really reach him. Am I gonna try anyway? Oh, I'm off by 1 from making it into melee.
I'm not seeing any cooldowns on stuff.
For most times, there aren't. So the 3 knights, the ones in the power armor, operate on willpower. That is the stat down on the bottom left, or the eye icon. Yeah, it's magic.
Okay.
So HP, willpower, 5 out of 8.
Okay, yeah.
Their abilities operate off of that. They get it back when they kill an enemy that's not like a 1 HP minion or one of those plants.
Okay.
The Vindicare operates on cooldowns because he's not psychic.
Blessings from the grandfather.
Was he even injured?
No, but that was +6 maximum HP.
Ah, okay.
So now he has, what, 35 max HP, 36 max
Shoot him in
HP.
the balls! Balls, yes. Shoot him in the balls!
Hold on, now you gotta do math, there we go.
The math says shoot him in the balls!
So I came into this mission not really realizing some of the strengths of the team I brought, but between the flamethrower doing 2 stun, and a lot of these targets being able to be shot in the balls for 2 stun, I can drain the stun meter from a lot of enemies really quickly, and I had not anticipated that. So this is the first mission in the LP where I get a lot of executes. Like, we executed the first guy on the stairs, the 2 guys on the bridge, and I'm gonna get several more by the end of this. This thing is also bleeding to death.
Excuse me?
His insight.
Your orders?
Purifier's still just so far out of the fight.
My blade is yours.
What was it, bleed at 9?
Yeah. So that works probably like you expected. You play Slay the Spire, right?
No.
Oh. Alright, well, it deal X amount of damage, decrement X.
Does bleed happen at the start of his turn or at the end?
End.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot less useful that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here.
He's just far enough out that I have to waste like an extra AP closing the distance. So, Hammer has knockback. I can get 2 hits on him. I can push him towards the other knight, so that if I need to, other knight doesn't have as far of a distance to go to melee this guy and get the extra turns on him. Perfect. Now, I hadn't quite expected to do so much damage to him, but I depleted his stun meter, so that means execute time.
What is your will?
I'm here to serve. Sanctified and purged.
And the whole team gets AP that was currently out?
Yes, everybody gets +1 from that.
That is very cool.
Yeah. The chaplain I might have made mention of earlier, that's gives buffs and stuff, has a passive buff that makes the person that actually commits the execute gain 2 instead of 1, so you actually come out ahead. That used to be a big strategy at the start of the game on launch when I played it, but they've adjusted things.
Okay, yeah. It seems like it's something that has potential to just snowball into.
Oh, yeah.
It's only my turn. You don't get a turn.
Yeah, I was able to do that on earlier launches. Difficulty and enemies have been adjusted to just have more stun meter.
I mean, that's
than back
fair.
then. Yeah.
Still seems worth it.
Yeah, like I said, I came into this mission not expecting to get a lot of executes, but what, we're 3-4 fights in, and I've gotten 4 executes.
What is your will?
But yeah, like those pack of cultists that are real weak used to have only like 3 stun meter, I think. And that's Like, the flamethrower could almost do, like, stun an entire pack of those things on its own, assuming they live through being doused in fire twice, right?
Vindicator at your disposal.
If you had a pack of cultists with 4 stun, flamethrower runs up, and if they survive the fire, then you have, like, 3 to 6 cultists all in an executable state, and you just go run from one to one, popping their heads and piling up AP.
So can you use 4 purifiers in a match?
You could. It is hard to recruit 4 purifiers, but if you were able to, yes.
Onward, brothers!
Recruiting in this is done a lot more randomly than XCOM. You get 1 recruit option at the end of a mission, and you can go into the barracks every month or so and pay requisition for a recruit. So I don't think I've ever played through and even had the potential to recruit 4 purifiers.
Like that's an achievement in XCOM, do a mission with everyone of the same class.
Yeah.
I'd ask about the achievements in this game, but I know you don't care.
No, I really don't.
It's too bad. Some of them, I like some of the achievements.
Chaos
Some of the rarest achievements I have on Steam are all from XCOM and XCOM 2.
Right, alright. I'm just looking in the shroud, because occasionally there's seed pods over there, those little, like, plants that you just walk up to and pop and get a resource. There was one by the,
I saw you,
artillery.
yeah, just reaching your arm deep into the plant and extracting one.
Yeah.
Praise the Emperor. With haste.
So barrels stay the same, but shipping containers have advanced.
Yes.
Yeah, they've gotten a little more octagonal. They also open from either end.
Some do. They're rarer, but I've seen some.
I am an instrument of vengeance.
What's the term? They're more gothic looking.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is the aesthetic of
Yes,
the
of everything.
Imperium of Man, and yeah, skulls on everything too. They also open vertically,
Unleash
like
me.
the doors fold down to become a ramp.
Yes.
Yeah, probably useful.
What is your will?
Would you have weapons that have longer range than your vision?
I have one.
My blade is ever ready.
The heavy weapon
My blade
silencer
is yours.
starts with 14 range. I think vision range is 15, and there is a skill pick for the silencer that adds 4 range to it.
So, like, can you artillery those guys that you haven't even seen yet?
No.
Aww.
Because I would need to get eyes on them to know that they were targets, and as soon as you have visual contact, they activate.
Okay, is that plague fire?
Unleash me.
Yeah. We put down fire, they put down plague. I was gonna say there's really a difference, but it's not. If we walk through that, we get plague, which is damage over time, and if they walk through our fire, they get burning, which is damage over time, so it's functionally the same.
Steal his yellow bit.
Yeah.
Ready to
Give
kill.
me your face.
Totally forgot to do something before recording. Alright, well, I hope nobody comes knocking on my door.
Nobody ordered Jade a burger right now.
No, we did that beforehand, so.
Another one.
So these are stratagems that we'll get to them, I think, in this mission. But essentially, you have limited use, like call-in abilities, which are pretty neat. Most of them are kind of nice. One of them gives you like +2 AP to a single unit. I have one that gives everybody higher crit chance for a turn.
Firing.
There are some that will heal. I'm gonna shoot the seed right out of that guy's face.
That looks like
somehow.
a situation where you would want to craze a guy, because if your dudes aren't in range, then they have to attack their friends. Or just spend their whole turn running towards you doing nothing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that one. There are some other stratagems that are incredibly overpowered, which you may get to. I could be using it right now, but I don't have line of sight to where I want to use it. No. The stun just not gonna matter right now. I'd rather disable its abilities.
We to reload.
Here.
Kind of due to the
Blade is yours.
short range of this game. It's like average weapon range is 10, movement is 5 in AP. Like this ramp is really kind of whoever charges up it first loses sort of a thing.
Okay.
And if I go down it, even if I teleport down it and get into melee immediately, I'm now in range of like the plant artillery in the back. So I don't really want to go forward here. And
Well, you say that, but I
maybe-
didn't really see it attack the first time.
What do you mean?
The bloom spawn, I didn't really see it attack the first time.
Oh yeah, yeah. I stayed out of its range all but one time, and it just spit on us.
Blessed ammunition.
I mean, it's why the Vindicare is at 2/3 health right now. It only did 4 damage, which to my knights is not a lot, but the Vindicare only has 12. Actually, the Purifier being level 1 only has 11, so I guess he's a little fragile too.
So are you expecting the guys to charge through that, or you're just saying no one crosses this line?
Kind of both. There's not a whole lot the flamethrower guy can do with his AP when he's not using it to throw fire everywhere. It's not like the flamethrower has Overwatch. I didn't want to spend the AP to move down the ramp, so I figure, you know, there's the crazed guy that's melee only. If he doesn't attack a friendly, he's going to try to attack me. Maybe he'll run into
Okay,
the fire.
that's a good idea then.
Yeah. You're right that it's probably not like the best use of AP, but there wasn't a whole lot I could do with the Purifier that wasn't that.
Your orders? I am you.
So the second volley of fire there is actually coming from the Interceptor. They have support fire. The Apothecary shoots, and then the Interceptor follows it up. It's really funny because it does 5 damage, regardless of his actual weapon damage.
And his weapon did 2 damage.
Cover, range, yeah. So the Apothecary shot for like 2 because it's following normal rules of range and cover. Support fire doesn't care about that, and just does 5.
Ooh,
That is
you
great.
can jump off that pipe.
Yes. The Interceptor can, and the Apothecary can't, because Terminator armor doesn't get to do the parkour things that Power Armor does. I think I remember this move. I'm about to make a mistake. I am about to assume that... Yeah, right. I am about to assume that verticality is going to protect me from what's about to happen, and it's not.
My armor remains.
I mean, poo gas rises.
Evidently.
Position. Yes, more.
Foe wounded.
Okay, yeah, that guy's having a bad time.
Yeah.
To their deeds.
He's on fire and bleeding and low on health. Alright, 3 more melee guys off to the side. It's not really something I have to worry about right now.
The Emperor lights our path.
But my mistake is almost inconsequential. Apothecary has a health skull right behind him
Pure among
to get rid of the
impurity.
plague and the goo on him and fix him up.
Is he gonna have to spend time in the infirmary equivalent?
Probably. There is a threshold to that. They can take a little bit of damage, and as long as their current
Praise
HP
the
never drops
Emperor.
below some percentage of their max HP, then they don't take sickbay time. But if it does go beyond that, even if they get healed up to full,
Moving
they still gotta do
swiftly.
the recovery time. So I can't tell you for certain where that threshold is. Just out of range.
Denounce. Taste my fury.
In the future, I'm really going to try to hope for armor that adds some movement to my Purifier. Just so that he can get closer, easier.
Or can you increase his range somehow?
I am an instrument of vengeance.
Better flamethrower, maybe, yeah. he has a skill pick. Oh, that's right. He's only level 1 on this video. So yes, he has a skill pick that will add +1 range to his flamethrower, which is exclusive to the purifiers, I believe. But oh, hey, look, this guy is stunned.
Nice.
Oh no.
What are you gonna do to him now?
Well, accidentally support fire. That was unnecessary.
Might almost kill him, yes.
Ready.
Yeah, that would have been actually detrimental.
Praise the Emperor.
The problem is that he's on cover that is like 1 marine high, so I can't melee him from downright from this camera angle. I have to go up and around and behind him, which is a bit of a pain. It requires more movement, but whatever.
Vertical movement is free, just like in XCOM.
Yes.
So to the
Split in half, his
unworthy.
torso or his
The
legs bounce
Emperor
up. Then he
lights
goes,
our
ugh.
Yeah. Look, his vocal cords were kept in his legs. Chaos is weird, okay? Things
It
like that
is,
just
man.
happen. Yeah, you know.
Taking position.
I'm closing in, so I'm probably in range of the plant artillery. But the end of the mission is nigh. There's like 1 armless, half alive demon between me and the end of the mission.
Well,
so
those
I
guys
don't
over
care.
there, one of them mutated. I don't know,
Yeah.
that could be bad.
Oh, it could be.
Ammunition depleted.
But even if they move like full 15, they're barely going to get into the platform that I'm on.
What is
So
your
they're not
name?
going to be able to attack me next turn. I'm just going to have to deal with the plant. Oh. Do I still have 1 more AP?
We come.
Shoot the plant
We
in the
knock this-
stamen.
Ring out, ring out.
Hey!
Hey, it worked this time.
Boosh!
I picked a good video for you to guest in. Yeah, I'm glad I did. Very appropriate.
Well, I don't know. I hope it is, sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's the Boosh hammer. I mean, what else? What else could I really have asked for?
A 360 boosh.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess I could have tried to find like a Nurgle space snake or something.
And seriously, Nurgle doesn't sound very threatening.
Oh, it does sound a little derpy, but you know, he just does plague.
Needs more apostrophes in his name if he's going to be an Elder God.
I mean, well, I mean that's like Slanesh and Zinch.
Yeah, they sound Larol.
Korn is just bloodthirsty, so I think a simple name suits it.
It
pretty
sounds silly until it's like, I know it's KH Corn,
well. Yeah.
right? Okay, that
Yeah.
yeah, okay. He gets a pass.
Yeah. I think
Or
there's also
it,
an
whatever.
E at the end. Yeah. Yeah, I don't actually know what Korn looks like, or
I would hate to misgender an Elder God.
Standing
Yeah.
ready. Moving now.
so here's one great strength of the flamethrower, and you can finally do
Ooh.
stuff things like that. Yeah.
Purge.
Being able to hit multiple targets is great. Get a lot of extra damage on there. And that's, again, the stun game. That's 6 stun from 1 attack, whereas normally you get 1 stun in
And
an
I'll
attack.
do it again.
Yeah. Still trying to remember what Flames of Purity did at this point. I was just like, while I'm recording, it's not the time to try to remember to spot the differences.
We bring death.
Do you like having to do the extra button click to confirm? Or does it slow things down too much?
It's nice in most cases.
I must rearm.
Especially with like grenades or area of effect attacks, because
That would
you
be
can
huge,
lock in.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you mean the extra
Vindicare at your
like click
disposal.
for just standard attacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's probably because it gives you the option of pressing the little I right here and boop and seeing like the actual odds and damages and everything.
Did you just shoot that man in the balls?
Yeah, for the plus stun.
Nice.
Yeah. So now we can execute him. Oh, I gotta go around like all this Nurgle
Unleash
gunk.
me.
You know what? Screw
In
it.
an
Teleport.
instant.
Okay, he had no vocal cords.
No, he had nothing. I hadn't remembered it when I was playing, but yeah, the death knells come a little bit late, don't they?
Fire. Weapon empty. Here. My blade is yours. The Emperor lights our path. Feel my wrath.
Here, I probably could have killed this guy in any number of ways, but I chose this way because stun damage and time to squish him with a hammer.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I'm doing it from an elevation change. Uh-oh. It's not gonna work.
Oh, you didn't explode him, but...
Yeah. The animations for executes tend not to work when the characters are on different elevation
Awaiting
levels.
directions.
It's... Oh, well, yeah, you know how skulljacking works when you're on different levels, right?
Oh, yeah! that one poor Advent Trooper we hacked through his balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your
So that was an interesting punt. Olesh and I had a discussion about how the knockback trajectory gets calculated, and we're really not any more sure on it these days.
Ready to kill.
So, here again, I see that this guy has 2 stun meters. Now, he has 1, so I need to do something that doesn't kill him in 5 health.
Unleash me!
Standing ready.
I need to reload the gun. The reason I'm not just punching them is that these guys have swords. Much like our units with swords, they have a chance to
I am
parry.
here to serve.
Okay.
So a melee isn't a guarantee. But I think a tackle bypasses that. So hey, look, he's stunned.
The Emperor lights our path.
And everyone gets an AP back.
Yeah.
That's way too good.
Yeah. Action economy is probably the strongest thing you can do in any sort of games like this. Although it is worth pointing out, the Vindicator doesn't get the AP from it because he's not a Psychic Knight.
So is the move to run next to that and then shoot the little guy from there? You run next to the big guy, out of range of it, and then shoot the little one?
Yeah, get next to it.
What does the little thing even do? You just killed it too quickly last time.
Oh, it's a smaller version of that. It spits for like 2 damage instead of 4. I think it has a smaller blast and probably doesn't inflict status, or it inflicts a much milder one. So for melee, things that apply to us but not the enemy is that if the target is adjacent to us at the end of our movement, meleeing it doesn't cost an extra AP. So if it's, say, within 5, I can spend 1 AP to move to it and hit it. Whereas the enemy forces have to move 1 AP, stop, and then select their melee attack 2 AP. So we have a bit of an advantage on that. So if I did have another AP and I wanted to move and then shoot the plant, the small plant, it's still worth it to move to the large one, punch it because it costs the same, and then turn and shoot the small one.
I see, okay.
Which is kind of what I'm doing with Purifier here. Purifier doesn't really melee, you know? He just kind of gun butts people. But moving there and gun butting the plant is the same AP cost.
You're pinned. Oh no, you can't move.
Minus 1 AP.
Oh, okay. That's much worse.
Yeah.
I am an instrument of vengeance. Understood.
Oh, I heard a cat.
Yep. Trying to assume what's in my lap very desperately.
You still have to hide the plastic bags.
Yes. She loves to lick plastic.
The Emperor lights our path.
She had a bladder infection lately, so she loved to pee on the couch, so we had to put all this
I have sanctified
like
my
blankets
rounds.
and mats on the couch, which also helped for
Yeah.
potty training a toddler.
Oh, well. Congrats.
It's awful. No, it's terrible. It's not working. She hates it. We've given
I know
up
you haven't-
temporarily.
Feel my
I know you haven't been following, but I just 2 videos prior. By the time I post this, I just covered a whole thread like, hey, sorry I wasn't updating for like a week and a half. My Ducat had a kidney failure for
I watched
a
your
couple of days.
thank you video on on that.
Yeah, okay.
So I will echo it. Thank you everyone who donated to Jigsaw
Thank you.
and Golducat. He's a good cat.
I have another
My blade
batch of
is
names of
yours.
people I should thank that I haven't composed or done anything with at the time of this recording. So, for anyone who saw the first message and then donated after that, again, thank you. Cat is looking healthy, but I'm still recording before his blood work, so still a few days out to know just how well he's doing. So, using the stratagems way late, because this was easy enough to do without it.
What is your
Well, the mission's
And
going to
I'm
end in
gonna-
3 seconds.
Yes, it is.
That was the last of the wretched filth. Well done, Commander.
Much longer than a XCOM mission,
mission.
yeah.
Yeah, it gets that way, but with the exception of 1 or 2 mission types, I feel like it doesn't feel as long. I constantly look over at OBS and be like, oh shit, I'm just finished like recording it, and the video is so long. Also, I just wanted to feed that last kill to the Purifier, because he needs to level up quickly.
Okay.
So, after mission, we can select our rewards. So we earn requisition by, doing things, accomplishing missions, so forth. And this is where we spend it to get cool new things.
New weapons, okay. The Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch! The 5th one! The 5th one!
No, I wish it was the Holy Hand Grenade of
It's got
Antioch.
a skull on it!
Yeah.
Take that one!
Unfortunately, it's holy incense, and it just adds maximum willpower. Look at these swords, though. Oh man, they do so much extra damage, and they have really high crit chance. Yeah, we'll take those home. Is this the armor? I remember I was, this might be the armor I took, because while I was recording, I could just hear Olesh in the back of my head saying, take the armor. It's level 3.
Take the hand
It's grenade
grenade.
armor. Oh, the incense is so bad.
It's level
just-
5. The others are level 1 or 3 level 4s, I think. I don't know. Oh, it
So
costs
the top
5.
number is access to the pool, how good the pool is going to generate. The little 1, 2, or 3 in the
okay,
winged
exactly.
icon on the item that's their level.
Look, there's numbers everywhere, and I'm just making shit up. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's fine. Welcome to 40k, where the Crusades are made up and Nurgle doesn't matter.
Nope.
I don't know. I can workshop that. We can get something here. Man, I forgot to. Yeah, eventually, the little Olesh voice in the back of my head won, and I took that armor. And then I think in about 30 or 40 seconds when I get out to the main screen, I'm gonna regret it. So there we go. The Purifier can take +1 damage, +1 range to make the flamethrowers even better. But he got 2 level ups, so I get even more skill points, and I can go right to rapid reload. So when my guys run out of ammo, or at least this guy, there's a chance that he'll just immediately reload for free.
Okay, well, the range things, that sounds really cool.
Yes, it is. The reload thing is also good because the whole pour fire on the ground hazard depletes your ammo. Alright, and hooray! Everybody's lightly wounded.
Will I have a chance to heal before the next mission?
12...
5 days, you're day 318 in.
Yeah. I mean, 20 days between blue missions is probably likely they're gonna heal in time, but it's like XCOM 2. When you get wounded people, you just gotta cycle, right? You got other people
You
to
definitely
work
have
up
an A
and-
team and a B team.
For now, yeah, sort of. Sooner or later, there's only 9 levels, and it's pretty reasonable that everybody's gonna get, 6, 7, 8 plus pretty quickly. So I'm trying to figure out which of my 2 people that can wear the advanced armors we've purchased, which one they should have. And I don't have any real bonuses to grenades. This is the Justicar. We didn't take this class out, but this guy is the tank. So we're gonna slap all of the armor on him, even though it's costly. Like 4 yellow
Oh, so
seeds
this is
a lot
like
right now.
straight up upgrades. It's not like
Yes,
trade-offs. It just
correct.
make things better.
Straight upgrades.
Cool.
Make things better. Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
So now that guy walks around with like 7 armor, and that is a lot. Because last mission one.
All right,
guys
so
had, like,
you cleared
2.
all the purple spheres from that place you were just at.
Right. The ones that were blinking were what was going to happen if we ignored the mission, and by completing a mission, you get rid of those and one already established tip of plague. So it's like reducing panic in XCOM 1. Yeah. I think that is it for this video. I know you didn't really come in prepared or knowing the game very well, but Guava, it's always great to see you. Thank you for being here.
I'll see you all again in 2025.
Yeah, okay. I might still have the LP going by then. I'll see you then.
Okay. Oh, well, yeah. Might have to actually do that then. Okay, bye!